Wubba lubba dub dub motherfuckers. What is going on, everyone? It is I, your boy, everyone's favorite jack of all trades, with the foul mouth, Commodore Irvin. And today, we are discussing part 2. Yes, this is part 2 to the Jerry Bourget tribute build of the AMT USS Enterprise by, from Star Trek, the original series. And before I begin, I want to give a big shout out to all my viewers and subscribers. Thank you for joining the channel, and this is the reason why I fucking do this shit for you guys. And so, without any further ado, let's go ahead and fucking hit on in. And I finally got the book that I was waiting on from the library, which I showed you guys. This book's already the owner's manual to the Enterprise, and I've already got it opened up to the Enterprise from the original series. And in this video, I'm going to discuss to you how I put together the primary hull, which is the saucer section. So let's go ahead and grab it. Here's the saucer section completely all put together. Now I'm going to explain to you guys how I got this from what I had to now. As you guys remembered in the part 1, or it actually was the introduction, where you got, and also in the review, you remember all the nasty injection tabs that are still on the top side of the disc, and also on the bottom side here. Well, I took my handy dandy pair of cutters, well, my toenail clippers. Actually, it wasn't these toenail clippers I fucking used. It was these. It was these motherfuckers I used. I used these and clipped these sons of bitches off. And then after I done that and got it close enough, I took my sander. Looks like a giant guitar pick. I took this motherfucker and I just, went like so and just went over it and cleaned all that shit off. So after I had everything all cleaned up and smoothed along the edges on both pieces, I dry fitted them to make sure that they would fit. And once they did have a nice fit and everything, I went ahead and did a bead of glue all the way around. And this is the glue I'm using for the build, guys. Crazy glue. This shit is super strong. So if you guys want some really good glue that dries pretty quick and it's hard as fuck, get this shit. Crazy glue. Anyway, I used some of this crazy glue and ran a fucking bead of it around the lower saucer section, which would be this lower section here. And then there's a tab on the back side here that lines up with the back of the upper saucer section. I lined that son of a bitch up and I dropped the motherfucker in place, and then it fit down perfectly. There is no gaps. There's no gaps. I mean, there is no fucking gaps in this saucer whatsoever, and I was so happy for that. I was like, oh my god, yes. And before I did glue it, I actually took, of course, my oversized guitar pick sanding stick, and I sanded the edges of the upper fucking portion, and also, the upper portion of the lower half and the lower portion of the upper half. And the reason why I did that is because I roughed the plastic up a little bit so that there would be a better contact with the glue between the two pieces to have a much harder, stronger bond. So remember that, guys. Sand the area where there's going to be fucking glue put on, it'll make a much better fucking bond. And so once I fucking done that and glued the son of a bitch in place, I let it sit. And then the other thing I did was that I took the impulse engines and I cut those off and I sanded off the rough edges and smoothed everything out. And then I fucking installed those sons of bitches on there as well. And like I said, when you fucking study the damn instructions, like I did, like if you study the instructions, you will not have a problem putting this thing together using your mind, because the instructions are so fucking, fucking straightforward as hell. You will get this fucking thing put together pretty quick. See, like I said here, I clipped all the shit off the edges of the lower saucer section, lower primary hull, and the upper primary hull. Got it all cleaned up and sanded the edges smooth. As you guys can fucking see, they're smooth as a baby's ass. And then I sanded the upper edge and the lower edge for better adhesive contact. Ran a bead, I ran a bead of fucking crazy glue around the edge, dropped the motherfucker down in place. Then I took, it says thruster, it ain't the thruster, the fucking impulse engine. Fucking get that shit right. And I cut it off because it was attached here and here, and I cut it off, and I took my cutters, cut that shit, and of course my oversized guitar pick sander, sanded it until it was the right shape. Then I took my fucking crazy glue, and I fucking glued it in place. Some people probably wouldn't have glued it on until later, but I didn't really give a fuck. Because, I'm a really good painter and shit, so I can paint it this fucking color here while not getting that color onto that there. So there's the back into the saucer. Okay, there's that view, and that view of it. And there's the side view. There's a fucking front view. And there's your fucking back view. And so, there you go, guys. The only thing left I gotta do with this is to paint it, detail it, put the fucking decals and shit on it, and to get the upper and lower clear domes glued and detailed in place. So there you go, guys. That is the fucking primary hull ready for paint. That's it. Nothing much to it, but that's it. So there you go, guys. I fucking hope you guys enjoyed part, I'm trying to think, part 2 to the Jerry Bourget tribute build. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below and I'll get back with you. And until next time, this is Commodore Urban saying, God bless all of you and take care, and go boldly where no man has gone before. And until next time, join in for part 3 as I discuss how I put together the secondary hull of the Enterprise and tell you my tricks on to make that thing as solid as a fucking rock. Until next time, live long and prosper, and so long.